Thank you, Congresswoman McBath. The chair now recognizes the gentleman from Texas, Mr. Nehls.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Director Peters, thank you for being here. As you know, in 2018, President Donald J. Trump rightfully rolled back Obama-era policies related to its transgender offender manual. President Trump's policy simply removed a sentence that instructed BOP officials to consider transgender inmates' gender identity when making decisions regarding prison housing. President Trump mandated BOP officials use biological sex as the initial determination for placement decisions. I believe this was common sense. I think America would agree. Ladies should be held with ladies, and I think men should be housed with men. But in a string of policy reversals over the past 3 years, President Biden reissued Obama's guidelines, given even further to require prison staff to use a transgender person's preferred names and pronouns. You agree with this?
Congressman, we are required to provide medical and mental health care for all individuals, including those who
identify as transgender. So that answer, then that's a yes? Pretty much a yes? Okay. In your testimony, you stated recognizing that incarcerated women, including those in the LGBTQ community, require different resources and support than men. We recognize that we must create environments for these bad hombres that respond to the realities of women's lives and address the issues specific to their lived experiences, end quote. So can you provide the definition of a woman? What is a woman, since you believe there's a difference?
Congressman, so I think in the supermajority of our housing placements at the Federal Bureau of Prisons, we place individuals based on their biological sex. All but 11 individuals at the Federal Bureau of Prisons are placed in housing assignments based on their biological sex in their...
When does that start then, Director? So I just got convicted of robbing convenience stores. And all of a sudden I go to court and they convict me and I'm going to prison. And now instead of saying my name is Troy Nehls, I'm now going to say my name is Susie Nehls. And I am a woman, right? I just make that claim. At what point in time during this spectrum will that allow me then to release the bull into the pen of heifers?
So, Congressman, in this scenario, I suspect you're talking about producing a false claim, and that
whatever. I mean, how can you deny it? I believe I'm a woman now.
But what would happen then is it would trigger a very complex, serious evaluation from degreed medical doctors and psychologists who would conduct an evaluation based on your gender identity.
Have we released, to your knowledge, have we released anybody that has not gone through the transition into the pen of heifers?
Have we released them? Sorry, sir.
Yes, if I say I'm a man, I'm a woman now, and I haven't had any surgeries up to this point. Maybe I'll get them while I'm in prison, because I'm assuming we're paying for those, right?
We have paid for 2 gender-affirming surgeries.
Two. So once you start, you're going to continue. You ain't changing that, right?
There are 5.
I mean, look at this guy. This is an interesting guy, folks. Look at this guy. His name is Peter Langen. He got long hair. Look at this guy. He looks like a bad guy. He's a bad guy. He's a Nazi, ex-Nazi terrorist. He's a bad hombre. And this guy wants to be referred to as Donna. Do your employees, do you require them to say, call this guy now named, he must be called Donna?
Congressman, no, and in fact, in order to produce a name change.
Well, he's suing you all because he's claiming that his 8th Amendment rights were violated for not being provided gender-conforming surgery. For the people at home, this man is an ex-Nazi bank robber. In June, his lawsuit was settled, and I'd like to know whether this means that inmates now have the 8th Amendment right to sex changes. Are we paying for guys like this who are just sick? We send them to prison, we're restricting their freedom, and now this guy says he wants to be Donna. I suppose I understand why he'd want to be Donna, because you want to release this guy into the pen of heifers. You're releasing the stud into the pen of heifers is what you're doing. Isn't that what a guy would want to do? If I'm going to prison for 10 years and you're restricting my freedom, I guess I would want to go to the prison where the ladies are. Wouldn't you suggest that? Wouldn't that be a good idea? And if you're allowing that to take place through this process by talking to these shrinks and these guys, I'm going to convince you I'm a woman, and I'm going to enjoy 5 years in prison. Matter of fact, half of them would probably say, don't even release me on patrol. I'm having too much fun here. I'm having too much fun. It is disgusting, quite honestly, what we've done to our country. Biden, 3 daughters, I have some real issues. They're very troubling. You can do better than that. I yield.